Coming at ya. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
Yes, it is. I call this Nap Wednesday since I took a good nap.
Yeah, and it's a late day, and we were out having a fun time last night.
Well, yeah, we were.
Yeah, we'll get some video up on that. I gotta get it off his phone, but
yeah, we could do that afterwards. That's fine.
We went to Full Sail was having a release of their stout, a bourbon barrel aged stout, and they did it in 3 different types of barrels. They did what was it, Maker's Mark?
Yep, and then it was 4 Roses, whiskey, and then Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. And what was really cool, it's hard enough to get a bottle of this stuff, evidently, but what's really cool is by going there, you actually get a lineup. You get the Jim Beam, you get the 4 Roses, you get the Maker's Mark, and then you get the blend
product,
that they made. Yeah,
which is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome.
And then Christian totally sets us up. He didn't know it, but he was told by one of his guys to say hi to one of the guys from the brewery, and he covered our tab. That was
obviously. I mean, come on.
It's great having a son like this.
You know, free beer.
and then we went to Cascade Brewing's Tuesdays where they open up new stuff. Oh my God,
there was a lot of beer to be
we drank.
There's a lot of sour beer.
There was a lot of beers, a lot of sour beers. Their sour beer's amazing. You know, we'd had sour beers different places here with hockey one time, I think, on video at a Great American Beer Fest, and they were just like, these were amazing. They just had some amazing beer. So I bought 3 bottles. Some really crazy good stuff. But so anyway, and speaking of beers and homebrews, we got to try our double IPA. We've already had some beer, and we're going to do kind of a beer thing here tonight, so different beers. So we'll drink that maybe next week on the show and kind of share that one with you.
Well, we got other beer right now.
We've got other beer.
We got the Beareded Brewers 420. It's the Broken Bridge
420. Evidently, he must have had like a Breckenridge 471 IPA, and so it was kind of designed after that. So we're going to go ahead. Got a nice hiss. Uh-oh. A little bit of gushing on mine.
It's okay, you gotta be gentle.
All right. Well, one of them tipped over as I was bringing it out.
Well, you got the bad one.
So that was my fault, so I get the bad one. But I'll be fine.
It started pouring a little heavy, and it went like a volcano.
A week from today, a week from this coming Saturday is, I think it's called Zwickelmania, and it's where probably about 90% of the breweries in Oregon are doing free brewery tours with samples, in some cases samples of food. I'm hoping to go out and do that then that Saturday. Hockey, this is an invitation to you. If you want to come join us around Portland for tours and some free beers, and we'll buy a beer, then if you can pull it off before your show Saturday night, then give us a jingle, man, and we'll meet up downtown. They've even got free buses we can take to breweries too if we want, so it's kind of cool.
Look into this more. This is supposed to be the slow time of year where I'm not drinking as much. It's not happening.
Not happening. All right, we're going to work our way through the pillowy, beautiful head.
It's quite pillowy.
Of the Bearded Brewers.
Quite pillowy.
Broken Bridge 420.
Cheers. Thank you, Bearded Brewer.
I smell beer. There's a lot. Actually, there's some nice sweet smells.
Yeah.
I gotta see. This came out. Oh, okay. So this is kind of like Deepa, really.
Okay, I was just about to say it smelled like it was.
Yeah, I thought so too. This is 7.9% ABV and 61.2 IBUs. So very nice. And I'm not going to give his exact recipe. You can ask him for it. Wow. That's
All
quite
right, I'm
something.
ready to taste it because
It's got a British yeast in there too. So
nice.
nice.
All right, here I go.
And ale yeast. That's fun. That the British ale yeast gives it
It's different.
like a different tone than what I'm used to actually, which is kind of fun because the esters coming off of it are a little bit different. It's like I think I get leaning towards, not really in it, but leaning towards some of those toffee flavors. It's more.
Yeah, it is leaning
It's like
flavors.
more smooth. It's like it tones down what the sweetness that I would probably really expect off this, because you're getting different esters off of it, which kind of fun actually.
It's really carbonated.
And the mix of hops is really interesting.
It is an intriguing mix of hops.
I think that the fact, I'm guessing anyway, I mean, you know, Simcoe, Cascade, Centennial, those are things we're really used to. Fuggles, I'm not used to being mixed in with that, you know? Which makes it really different.
No, it is intriguing having the Fuggles in here.
Yeah, it's
kind of nice to taste this beer because we're so used to our hops over here, like the different ones mostly are Cascade and all the Oregon ones. So it's kind of cool. I like it. It's different.
Yeah, it really is a different taste than I'm used to in a Deepa. So it makes it's really kind of refreshing. Now this is pretty cold because we pull it right out of the fridge. Well, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes ago, but
Now, I gotta ask. I'm assuming that you're priming it with sugar before you bottle it, but I almost like the last beer I tasted. I thought maybe I had like a plasticky note, and maybe this one I'm kind of tasting it too. It's not as prominent, and I didn't say anything last time.
I feel like I get a little bit of that flavor as well, to be perfectly honest with you.
So hit us back on that. Tell us what it's.
Or other people, if you had experience. I like the idea.
I like how it's reusable.
Reusable and lighter weight. But maybe it's just because they're really brand new bottles too.
Yeah, they might have been brand new.
And maybe
Once
that's part of it.
Use them once they get that. But yeah,
Well, we both had kind of wondered about that on the last beer, and now I have to agree. I kind of wondered that a little bit, and Christian actually said it. So
and that's what I'm saying is like I get that taste and it kind of distracts from the beer because it actually really is good.
and curious if anyone else has picked up on that, or if it's just us nuts.
Or maybe we're just hoity-toity.
Yeah,
and we're just turds. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is kind of interesting to me, and I like it. Like, it's starting to grow on me. I'm letting this air out a little bit since it's kind of more like a Deepa. I think it needs to warm up so I can get more flavors, more sense out of it. But, yeah, it's a good beer.
I like this beer. I think a lot of this flavor difference is
The British yeast?
is the yeast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I really think
like,
that's
it
the
really
deal.
brought out some different esters in there that I wasn't expecting, which is making it more intriguing and more sessionable in a way. Like, it's kind of...
It tastes sessionable.
Yeah.
I know it's not. You know, when we were smelling, we're getting the aroma off of it. Before honestly, I hadn't read any more than the name, and I told us like, oh, this has got to be high ABV. This is a Deepa, but then drinking it, I don't perceive the alcohol being that high.
It's almost got like an amber taste to it in a way. Like has a hidden amber taste in there, kind of like with those esters. I kind of like it. It's growing on me.
That's the grain build too, I think. I mean,
yeah,
I gotta say it. That's a really fun grain build. I bet. I'm wondering if you've got this set up on tap. I bet this is freaking really good on tap. I bet it is.
Yeah.
But honestly, you can play with it, mix it, whatever you want. But I think
done a good job so far.
I think you got a winner on this one. I think this is
tasty.
I think this is a really nice beer. So
It's warming up nicely.
yeah.
All right, what else do we got going on?
You know, we don't have a lot we're going to talk about tonight. We say that all. I know I always say that. But, you know, I want to try to keep some shorter videos. You know, I feel like, you know, hockey always had these long videos, and then we came alongside and started doing long videos, and there's a trend for longer videos. So
hold on. You're making the video longer.
You're right. And we need to make these videos shorter. I got a few interesting shout-outs to do. They're not real big, but there's this great video. I'm going to put a link to it. It is for me, I don't know about Christian, but for me, it's my new drinking song. I love it. And it goes through my head a lot. And it's called Bugger the Bankers. And I've already sent it off to a few of the guys in the UK. But I'm not going to sing it. I'll save you. But I'm going to just give you kind of the refrain. It's bugger the bankers and politicians. Bugger the bureaucrats too. Bugger the buggers that make all the rules. And if you're one of them, then bugger you too.
I actually like the song, and so I can then go off and just start singing "Buggered the buggers, the buggered the me," and say "Bugger you for buggering me while I pee." And I think it's great. I just made new songs in my head all day. So
now, buggering someone while they pee, there's just something wrong. But
exactly, I didn't like it, so they were a bugger.
Anyway. And if you don't really know the literal term of bugger, we're not going to educate you. Go look it up.
I don't know it either, but I think it's probably mean. So whatever. I'm not English. I'm just a dirty American.
The video's over because it is dirty, and it's not the American. It's the dirty Englishman.
Dirty English.
But
what else do we got going on?
So you click on that show more button, you're gonna have a link to this. You really gotta watch it. It's great. It's fantastic, and they've got the words so you can understand them because they're singing in their accents. But you can pick up what they're saying. Just a couple other quick shout outs. The One Arctics One, and I know that he hops on and watches hockey on Justin TV. Little plug, and but he had a really cool thing on a video. He was showing his whole rig, his whole setup for brewing, which was cool. And he's got the whole thing. Christian didn't see this video,
no.
But he's got the whole setup, that's been welded or whatever, right?
Mashing.
His middle pot that he has set up for mashing.
Right.
What he's done to make it cool for cleaning. Anyway, he's got it on a bracket system. He calls it his tip system for his mash kettle, so that he doesn't have to lift it up. He can just tip the thing over, and then it locks at this one position. Watch the video. Just really
sounds kind of cool.
Check out the video. I mean, he pimped his ride basically. Go check out his brew system.
Pimping the ride.
There's another video also of the week that I thought was great, so I got to mention. But Kirk Sexton is, I don't know how many people are hooked up with him or not, but he's another brewer, and he described this really cool brew project that his local brew club did, and it's really something you need a local brew group to do it.
I remember him talking about this. This is cool.
But they're all making the same RIS, the Russian Imperial Stout. So they all have the same recipe, but all of them it's gonna still vary. You're using the same recipe, the same everything. But what they're gonna do is then they're gonna bring them all together, and then they're gonna sample them all, and then they've gone out as a group and bought several barrels, and I think they were all bourbon barrels, but I might be wrong. I'd have to look at the video again. It might be they had some other types. And then they're gonna pick out of everyone which ones they like best to blend, and they're going to blend them and pour them in and then further age them in the barrels, and then they're going to use those barrels to enter into local and national contests. I was like, that's sweet. So then this little shout out,
beer they can never make again. They're gonna have it in competition. Kind of cool. I'm like, yeah, you should make that. No, we can't. Sorry.
So hopefully Tyler watches this one, Every Studios, Every Homebrewing, because you're now a president of your beer club. And what a cool idea to bring to your guys to consider for some future time.
That is kind of cool, yeah.
I think anyway, personally,
hey,
I think that's really awesome.
In our beer club of us, too, we should do that.
Good. You can buy the barrel, and I'll make the beer. Anyway.
That's an expensive barrel.
Anyway. So, as promised, trying to keep this week short. Did we succeed?
I don't
Hopefully.
know.
But,
See how editing does.
But anyway, that's it for this Homebrew Wednesday. We'll be drinking some of our beer next week. We'll have some other fun things, but we just want to again say thank you. I've been watching your videos. Hopefully you're seeing them, putting comments out there, and to good old Beer Brewer.
Yeah, thank you for the beer. It's
Yeah,
pretty
Broken
good.
Bridge. I think this one rocks. I like this beer a lot. I like that combination. It's awesome.
It is kind
It's
of
well carbonated.
Very well carbonated, my friend. It might have been a harsh pour, but I usually like the full fist head. So,
Well, anyway,
That's it.
we're going to say cheers. We'll catch you all next week.
see you guys.
Peace.